Hey people of the world, if you are new here, my name is Brunel. Welcome to my channel. If you're not new, then you already know my name, so this doesn't apply to you. But in today's video, we are discussing, I am discussing this new eyeshadow palette from Primark. This is the Summer Storm. Oh, yes, I said it. I've been saying Desert Storm all this time. It is PS Summer Storm eyeshadow palette. Cost is £8. Is this worth buying or is it crap and you should leave it alone? If you want to know my thoughts about this and how I created this makeup look, then carry on watching. Alrighty, so you've seen the title, you've had a closer look at the palette, and it has got names on each one of the shadows, but unfortunately one of those where the flap is one of those that you can take off, and for me I always lose those, so I don't see the point. Right, so you get 20 eyeshadows in total, 16 of which are 1.2 grams. That will be the majority of these ones here around here. And then you've got these ones here, the 4 here, which have got a different formula. It looks as if they go, we're going to try these ones and see how good they are on this side here. And they are 4 of 1.5 grams, so they weigh a bit more than the others. So we are going to see, I'm going to start off with Whirl, which is this one here with the pink, and hopefully it's not going to be too ashy. On my face I've already got foundation. I'm not too happy with this foundation anymore. It's a Too Faced Born This Way foundation in a color Chai. Yeah, I'm not too sure about it anymore. And as an eye base, I've just simply got concealer. So that's that. So we're gonna dab the brush. I'm using a Morphe E27 brush, and let's see, dab it in, one dab, just looking a little bit, but I'm gonna dip it in very gently. And we'll try it out. You can see pigment there. Yeah, it is pigmented, but I just think it might be a little bit too light, but it's not, what can I do? We just play with it. Blends really easily as well. Easy to blend, a little bit too light for me, not for my particular skin tone, but if you're lighter than me, it will show much better. But it is nice and easy to blend. Using the same brush, I'm going to move on to Jet, which is this one here. And hopefully that won't be too bad either. We shall see. Right, again, just dabbing it in. This one you do pick up quite a lot actually on the brush. There's a bit of fallout. This one, a bit more. It's a lot softer. So let's see. Yeah, you can see it definitely pick up a lot more with this particular one. But again, it's just a bit too light for me. But it blends nicely. I'm gonna have to find a way of making this work. Next shade is Radar, and I'm using a Morphe M505 brush. Just gonna dip in there. Ooh, they are very soft actually. The second and third shade behave the same way. They're really super soft. And let's see. If it makes any difference. I don't think it does, to be honest. I need a deeper shade, and this is not doing anything at all. Unfortunately, the darkest shade here of the mattes is actually Smoke, which is this one here. Oh god, this is all over the place. Yeah, so Smoke is this one here. Unfortunately for someone my skin tone, this will look grey and washed out and ashy. It's not deep enough and I can't use it. It will just end up looking all muddy and horrible on my skin, so I can't use this. And I hate doing this because there is another shade here, which is this one, and I would have loved for this one to have actually been a matte, but it's not. It's a shimmer shade, so I've got to use something else. And I hate dipping into other palettes because I just think it's not right at all when you're doing review for one palette to have to dip somewhere else. But I need to go out, and I'm not going out with a face that just looks really ashy, so I'm going to dip into the Patricia Bright palette and go with a deeper shade and darken things up a bit, because yeah, this ain't gonna work for me. So while I do that, I'm gonna go into, if you've got a Patricia palette, then it is Pure Soul that I'm dipping into, so I can then sort of darken things a bit, because this before the shimmers ain't gonna work. So let's see. Yes. Oh yes, that's more like it. Much happier. I just used that one shade and just blended it upward. The pinks are looking a little bit too kind of powdery and ashy on me, so it is what it is. But going back to the palette itself, I'm going for Black Ice, which is this shade here in the corner. We shall see what that applies like, and I'm just going to use my finger to see. Nice deep color, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Hopefully it applies well on the eyes. Not bad. I was expecting a bit more oomph to it, but it needs more a bit of time to build it up. Okay, takes a little bit of time to build it up. As I said, I was expecting more intensity, but it isn't there. However, it's not bad. Let me go into the next and final shade, which is going to be Ice. And I was debating myself whether to go for this shade up here, but I tend to go for warm tones, so I'm going to go for this one, Ice, and I'm just going to use it in the center of my eye to see if that makes any difference. And see how the two work together. It does help intensify that. You almost have to be super gentle with it. The minute you start pressing it too much, it loses its intensity. So you just have to tap very gently. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do what I'm going to do is finish off my face off camera as quickly as possible, and then I will give you some swatches and give you my final thoughts. Underneath my eyes, I'm going to go back with the Patricia Bright color that I used earlier, well, because and then I'll see you guys in a short while. Just adding the lip gloss on top of the lipstick, and the lipstick that I've got is a Lisa Eldridge in Velvet Muse. I don't necessarily think that it needed a lip gloss itself, but it's not too bad. It has a lovely, sweet, kind of edible smell. It's just gorgeous. Right, that's that. So let's just do some swatches. I'm going to go for the shimmer shades first, and then we'll take it from there. I'm just randomly picking the shades. Oh my god, look at that, what I've done. I can't even touch it. Oh my god. I'm trying to move my t-shirt. Oh my god, look at that. You know what? I'll just try it here. So that's one of the shades. So it's a little bit powdery. Yeah. So they are a bit patchy. Not the greatest of that's that. I'm just going to try one of the matte shades. I'm going to try that darker grey that I was talking about earlier. See, now you do get it, and it does look kind of grey and muddy on my skin. And if I was to put it here, for example, that's where it is. Yeah, just by example, the swatches. Now, I understand and take into account I'm not the best person at doing swatches, but you can see here they're a bit patchy, they're a bit all over the place, and they don't necessarily translate to the best swatches. The formula is soft, but there isn't. It doesn't. It's almost as if there's not enough depth in the quality of the actual eyeshadows themselves, and it just feels really kind of on the surface. You know, it's just not. There's no substance. So these are some of the swatches. I'm not even going to bother with the other ones because honestly, that is I've got several problems with this eyeshadow palettes now. Would I recommend it? I mean, it's a summer storm palette, so I don't know why we've got soft pinks and so on in the summertime. I mean, I know you can wear pinks and so on in the summertime, but I just think summertime just brings about freshness and bright colors and sunshine. So this doesn't scream sunshine to me. So why it's called Summer Storm? Yeah, I don't know. But then taking that into account, first of all, this for me personally doesn't work for me because I had to dip into another palette, and I always have a problem when I have to do that with an eyeshadow palette. Unless it's an eyeshadow palette where it's just shimmers only and you have to get your matte from somewhere else. That way I can give it credit. But where I've got a palette that I have to dip somewhere else because there just aren't enough colors for my skin tone for me to be able to get away with, then I usually will say it's a no. If you want a couple of shades, 3 shades lighter and then onwards, then these colors will obviously show more on you than they would on me or someone darker than me. But I just kind of, I've got some issues with not only the swatches but the application on the eyes. And I would say that unfortunately for me, £8 is not necessary for this one. I would go straight for the Revolution ones, or even Barry M palettes, or a few L'Oreal palettes as well, which are also around that price range and are also available. Or Elf. I'm going to do some Elf eyeshadows, so small ones which are coming up very shortly. So there are other, and they're only £2.50 for goodness sake. So there are other options there which are better than this. Unfortunately, it is what it is. You do get a lot of eyeshadows in here for the price of £8, but it just doesn't quite do it for me because I know that I've got other eyeshadows there which are either same price or cheaper, which I've got to punch a lot more power into it and give you a lot more for someone of my skin tone. So for that reason, unfortunately, it's a no for me. But as usual, you do whatever you like. It is up to you, your money, you spend it whichever way you like. Thank you. If you find this video useful, then don't forget to press the like button. It is important for us YouTubers here, makes a difference with our channels and allows us to grow. And obviously, if you feel like subscribing, then do go ahead, press the subscribe. If you have gone to as far as subscribing, don't forget to press the bell, because otherwise you're not going to get notifications from YouTube. As of next week, I will be, by the way, advertising. I will be uploading Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That will be 6 p.m. UK time, and then you take it from there. So hopefully that schedule is going to stay in place from now on, so you guys know when to expect. But thank you very much for watching, people. Stay safe and be happy, and it is still a happy new year, and I hope you are all well. Bye now.